The first and the last, the oldest and the youngest, the Alpha and Omega. We're pitching the earliest and latest main predators ever seen on screen. From Prey, set in 1719, the brutal animalistic feral predator, and from Predator Badlands, set in the 24th century, the survivor, the runt, the Yautja who refuses to die, Dek. Different eras, different styles, different reputations, but only one can walk away. In the red corner, Feral Predator. The Feral Predator is one of the earliest hunters we've seen on screen, operating on Earth in 1719. He's physically lean but incredibly powerful, relying more on raw aggression and animal instincts than advanced tech. Extremely fast and agile, almost beast-like. Exceptional durability, survived bullets, arrows, traps, even a fight with a grizzly bear. Less armour and more basic tools, but unmatched ferocity. Uses biomask, wrist blades, spear, bolt gun, shield and cloaking device. What sets Feral apart is how he adapts instantly. Once he understands an opponent's weapon or tactic, he counters it brutally. He's a relentless pursuit predator, fighting up close with primal intensity. And in the blue corner, Dek. Dek is nothing like the warriors of his clan. He's a runt, an outcast, smaller than the average Yautja, underestimated by everyone, especially his own father. But that weakness created something far more dangerous, a survivor with nothing to lose. Dek's entire life has been about proving he's more than a defect. He fights smarter and more creatively than even fully trained hunters. He has a smaller frame but is still extremely agile. Wears lighter armour to maximise movement. Uses laser-bladed sword, throwing blade, wrist blades, laser bow and freeze grenades. Emotionally driven, he wants to prove himself, which fuels him in battle. Dek isn't the strongest Yautja, but he's arguably one of the most resourceful. Every fight is a puzzle, and he's learned to survive by thinking his way through. Feral drops from the treetops, cloak shimmering like glass. Dek is already there, perched on a rock, mandibles tight, eyes focused. Both approach at the same moment, a mutual challenge. Feral charges first, fast, brutal, but predictable. He swings his wrist blades in wide savage arcs. Dek dodges, but barely. The Feral's strength sends shockwaves through the ground with every strike. Dek counters with his own, slicing and landing a hit on Feral's torso. But Feral barely even reacts. He tanks the hit and grabs Dek by the throat, hurling him across the ground. Before Feral can close in, Dek rolls behind a boulder and vanishes from view. Just because he hasn't earned his cloak yet, doesn't mean he can't still be stealthy. Feral stalks forward, scanning, his thermal vision sweeping the surrounding area. Peeking out from the undergrowth, a heat signature appears. He smirks to himself. He grabs his bolt gun and points it in that direction. A single red dot lighting up on his mask, painting the target. He pulls the trigger. A roar of pain and frustration as Dek jumps out from his hiding spot. It's a hit. Feral begins targeting again, but Dek grabs his throwing blade and hurls it. It hits Feral in the face, knocking off his biomask. Dek unsheaths his blade and sprints towards his opponent, but before he closes the gap, Feral grabs a razor wire net, throwing it over Dek. It begins slicing into his skin, but luckily, as he had his blade out, the net cuts open, freeing him. Dek rises and stabs, but Feral counters, flipping him and slamming him down on his back like he's nothing. The runt coughs, armour cracking, the wind momentarily knocked out of him. Feral raises his spear to finish him. But Dek recovers and rolls to the side, dodging the tip by inches as Feral drives it down. It embeds into the dirt. Feral glances up to see his opponent throw something at him. He instinctively activates his shield to block it. He feels the thud as it hits the shield and drops down to the ground, the object sitting at his feet. Feral cocks his head in confusion, but before he realises what it is, it's too late. It's an ice grenade. It detonates, freezing Feral in place. Dek slowly reaches for his laser bow and pulls the string, firing an arrow at the immobile feral predator, shattering him like glass. The victor is Dek. So, out of Dek, or Feral Predator, I thought Dek would win in a head-to-head battle, as while Feral is bigger, Dek was a lot more tenacious and cunning. Plus, there's no forgetting the fact Dek fought massive monsters and Feral lost to a little girl. Give the video a like and let me know who you want to see Dek from Predator Badlands face off against next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.